if we didn't stick together, we didn't survive. And if we didn't always find different ways of getting there, and nothing gifted to us to adapt.
Adaptation.
The Jews that came, my family, after my family survived the Holocaust, the ones that came to Israel, there was nothing. This was a place of swamps, of malaria. It was the backwards part of the Ottoman, the Turkish Empire. But I'm not going to go there. I want to talk about the other side of my family. They arrived in Australia, okay, as refugees, as orphans. My grandparents, they lost their families, their parents were killed, and they arrived in Australia. Do you think that nowadays, like in Europe, you get a refugee package and they bring you over, they get stipulates? No, the Australians, which were great, they took in my family, but under the condition that Jewish people from Australia would, so my uncle and my grandparents, they had a member of the community say, I'll take this Jewish kid orphan, he can stay at my house, I'm going to pay for him to get educated. And they arrived there. My grandmother, she did very well for herself in Australia. She, in real estate and things like that, she could not write properly in English. Forget about university or that. She got pulled out of high school as a Jew when she turned 10. People think about when the Nazis came to power, but much before then already, she couldn't even go to school. So with the primary school education, these people came here, my people, they came from Russia and they fled the pogroms as poor people, and they built here. Ford and Edison, I think, who had the patent for an example, who had the patent for the video camera, okay? It's well documented. He was a rabid anti-Semite, and you couldn't get the license to use one of these cameras and to be in the film industry if you're Jewish. So what did they do? They went from the East Coast, they went here to California, and they set up this film industry. So everything that we've done, nothing was gifted, it was in spite. And that's very much, we're rebellious. We're always, no patience for bullshit. Okay, straight to the point, because that, I think, is in essence of take what you have, use resilience, and be open. Don't take yourself too seriously. And I think it's something that's something in common. It's also the Filipino people that's the thing. They're everywhere in terms of, in Israel, we have so many that the community aspect of it, they support their families, and I'm biased, but I love the culture. I love the people, the nicest, kindest people from my experience, that I've ever met. Yeah, I'm sure they're assholes, one or two of them here, okay? But for the most part,
that's what I've said. I've traveled pretty extensively, and the most polite people that you'll find in the world.
But there's English polite. There's English polite.
There's the Japanese, but the nicest people you'll find in the world is the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm Filipino Canadian, so I'm like double.
Oh, that did not work for you here. No. Finish, I'll tie everything together, and I'll say that when you're signing up for a martial art, when you're going on, besides changing your life, you're also tapping into the culture. Yes, and that's the beauty of it, whether it's the Japanese culture, whether it's the Filipino culture, whether it's the Israeli culture, whether it's the Brazilian culture, like how much these things enrich your life, open your horizons. And
if I really agreed with that, could I have said Mazel Tov? Or is that inappropriate? I hear it all the
Mazel Tov
time.
means congratulations.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
It's not a generic. That's freaking awesome.
So what expression should you use?
What expression should I use? If I agree with you and I'm like, I love that, Ron, share your culture with me. What do I say?
Okay, so you can say buenas de benzona, which means this is like a son of a bitch.
Benzona?
Like, this is good. Voilà, benzona.
Benzona.
Yeah, but if you say benzona, I'm punching you.
Oh, okay. All right, there's nuance.
Actually,
There's
you
nuance.
just called my mother a whore. Right? But if you say buenas de benzona,
Buenas de
means
benzona.
this is the
Boom.
like
Buenas
that.
de benzona.
All right.